They always said I'm wrong, but what they doing today? I think they want me gone, but I ain't going away. They told me I was wrong, but look at my ass today. Da 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 da.
Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim for the Real Sports Talk here at Eagles Training Camp, previewing the NFC South. An interesting division. A lot happened this offseason with the Saints and Bountygate. We also saw the Carolina Panthers last season have a bright future, or show that they have a bright future with Cam Newton. Yet they were still a 6-10 team that looks to improve. They're getting a few nicer pieces, especially back in their linebacking core, that should help them this season. And I actually have the Panthers in fourth place in this division. I have the Panthers going about 6-10 this year. In the offseason, what they did, they drafted Luke Kuechly, a linebacker out of Boston College. He's one of the best overall linebackers in the nation last year. I like that pickup a lot. I was really hoping the Eagles drafted him, honestly. Mike Tolbert joined the team. He is a fullback that will get a lot more carries than a normal fullback. He was with the San Diego Chargers last year. He can be used in more of situations like a running back, almost like what Peyton Hillis was. They're going to have some struggles at corner. That's the buzz out of Panthers camp. But the Panthers do get John Beeson back, their best overall defensive player and a defensive player of the year and comeback player of the year candidate this year. It's going to come down to Cam Newton cut down on some of his interceptions, and also can D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart get back to the running game that they had in their first year together, and can they get something going? If Cam Newton can cut down on some of the interceptions, I wouldn't be shocked if this team is competitive for a playoff berth. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a really disappointing season last year. They came back strong this offseason. Josh Freeman, I think, will have a bounce-back year this year because he has a lot more help on offense this year. Kellen Winslow, I think, has a better year. And then also you add Vincent Jackson from the Chargers into the mix, one of the top 10 receivers in the NFL. And then you also bring in Carl Nicks from the Saints, Eric Wright at the corner position, also from the Saints, and Eric LeGrand. They did sign in the offseason. Obviously, that was more of a symbolic move. Greg Schiano coming out of Rutgers, I think, is the new head coach. I think LeGarrette Blount, Josh Freeman in this team turn it around this year, compete for a playoff spot. I have the Bucs going about 9-7, 8-8, right in the playoff hunt for a lot of this season. In second place, I have the New Orleans Saints. For as rough of an offseason as they had, they still have a lot of pieces there. They lost, obviously, Sean Payton, the head coach. Joe Vitt will be taking over for this season. They lost Carl Nicks in the offseason. Jonathan Vilma will be suspended the whole year, and they have a few other players that will be suspended as well. So with all the negativity, you would think that they would almost just die in that, but you got to remember where Drew Brees and the Saints team came from, and they faced much bigger adversity than this. I think Drew Brees, a $100 million man now, I think he comes out this year and has another really tremendous season. They did lose Robert Meacham, that's a big loss, but they were able to keep Marquise Colston. Jimmy Graham was one of the best tight ends last year. Darren Sproles was a huge pickup last year, and he paid dividends not only out of the backfield, but as a receiver. They have Pierre Thomas there. I think that this is a team that will still compete for the playoffs, maybe win a playoff game. I think they win a wild card berth this year. They'll be in the hunt. I don't think that they're going to be able to make a run in the playoffs, but we'll see what happens. In first place, I have the Atlanta Falcons, a team that was extremely disappointing in the playoffs last year. What the Falcons did this offseason was they added Asante Samuel from the Eagles for a 7th-round pick. They'll fit their system well. They added Jason Snelling, and they added in some new coordinators on offense and defense. Mike Nolan takes over the defense for his team. An experienced guy. He's had some head coaching experience even. I think the Falcons this year are on a 10-6, 11-5 team. Matty Ice has a big year, and Roddy White has a big year as well. And the fact that Julio Jones is in his second year, I think that helps this offense to get even better. Michael Turner, I mean, he is 30 years old, and I have concerns, but he had a better year last year than he did in 2010. So it's tough for me to say that I think he'll fall off this year because he still seems to be going strong, averaging 4.5 yards a carry last year. I had the Falcons winning the NFC South. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys later.
Just a little ways around the corner from fear. Be there by next year. Where I'm going.